Right, welcome back to a short pickups video. My baby girl sat there and she's awkwardly staring at me now that I'm recording something. It's a bit weird. And I don't blame her whatsoever. And no more noise. Shh. Shh. She's being mischievous, and this is the end of the Saturday. No, don't nod at me. Anyway, I wanted to keep this to just a quick short video. Not had much time to do anything this week. I've been bloody busy, if I'm honest. There's a few bits and pieces that should be turning up hopefully tomorrow, as in Sunday, so Saturday evening. Possibly it'll be Monday, Tuesday. So I'll go into next week's video. It is what it is. Now, I decided Friday lunchtime to pop into charity shop, into my local one. And he does the electronics one, that kind of thing. DVDs, and occasionally I'll have something interesting electronics wise. But the guy's pretty savvy. And the prices are still a bit out there. The box sets are £2 now, which is much better than what it used to be. But even if it's a single DVD or single Blu-ray, they're £1 each, which is pretty expensive. A lot of places aren't like that anymore. Then I decided to hit up a few more this morning. I took the little one with me after I got my haircut, 'cause it's in the area. And I think they're all pretty much fails. Or at least there's... one of them wasn't. The small pickup wasn't a fail whatsoever, because the guy was just nice and decent and had a good offer on. And then we went to the other one, and they had some stuff that I wanted, but it's just the wrong tone. You know, it's wrong tone whatsoever. But let's get into yesterday, because yesterday was actually a pretty decent little haul. Pick up a little bit of everything, which is cool. So I'm going to get into that now, and I think I spent £24 in total. So let's go through some of my bits and pieces that I got. I've got a nice little stack of media and a couple of interesting electronics pieces, and I'm going to stay with... I'm going to open with an electronics piece. So I got this, and this is a third-party Xbox 360 remote, sealed, which is weird. Now, it's a cool piece, it's a cool find. I think if you want this on eBay, it's going to be like a tenner. The guy knows full well this, so it's a £5, and he had two of these. Don't know why he's got two. So yeah, I paid a £5 for it. Am I going to use it? No. I do want an Xbox One remote, because we use an Xbox. We got a Series S and an Xbox One in the house, upstairs and downstairs. Shh. You got to stay there. You agreed to this. And it'll be cool to have a remote, because it's so easy to knock one of those controllers, a typical Xbox One controller, and you back out of the video, you fast forward it, you jump to a different section. I only learned recently you can get specific remotes for it. I've known for a long time you can get 360 remotes, but I'm obviously not going to be playing media on a 360, am I? So that was really cool, that the fact that it was sealed. £5, I'm going to keep it, I'm going to just try and move it on. I don't know. You can get these incredibly cheaply at CEX, like £1 or £2, even if it's an official one. But the fact that it's sealed is just nice. I think I could just move it on and get a tenner for it if I wanted to. And by the state of today's pickups, I might need to, just to try and get some of that money back. Let's get into some of these. Mad Max Fury Road, fantastic film. And I've been wanting to expand the films that I have on Blu-ray, and to an extent DVD as well, depending on their age and kind of edition. What are you doing? You're stuck now, aren't you?
Yeah. Stuck.
You are stuck.
Yeah. Stuck.
Bear with me. Now thinking, I've just had a brainwave. I might have this. I know that I've got the Ripper Edition Xbox One, Mad Max, kind of the tie-in. Is it a tie-in? I'm not sure. But if you want to pick this up from CEX, for example, I think this is like £3. And I think to myself, some of these, they're not as cheap as you think they might be. So yeah, so £1 rather than pay £3, that's fine. It's something I'm going to pick up eventually anyway, so I might as well get it when I'm there. It's in decent enough condition. What else do we pick up? I picked this up because it's a really nice kind of like a special edition, limited edition, collector's edition even, if you will. Dirty Dancing. I think it's the collector's edition. And it just looks really nice, really good quality. The sleeves are in great quality, in great condition. You've got the DVD, the Blu-ray, sorry. And what comes inside is a... Okay, that's pretty cool. It's kind of like a little advert brochure. I've not seen the film. Sorry, sue me. I'm pretty sure it's got some really bad undertones now. Looking back on it, it's got a steel with a little wrap, some postcards, which is really nice. This is for the wife. I've picked up various things for the wife this weekend, just to try and bring her along with this kind of media collection. Because if I get stuff for me and it's all like manly and she's not interested and it's taking up space and it's cluttered, but if I get stuff that she likes, then it's all good. Because she's like, oh, I want that anyway. And I'm just trying to open up a post up. Millie, no, you stay here. No. You got like a, I don't know what size that is. Does that come out again? No, it's not. That's not quite A3. It's not anything, but it's a nice poster. So that's a nice addition, and again, it's not something that my wife would be like, oh, I really want that. But the fact that it's £1 rather than I think paying £3 or £4, I'll put that into collection, and again, I can say, look, I got you this, and it's really nice. Bear with. Now I've got to take little madam in again, because she does. Another one that I thought would probably be a few pound, I think it is maybe £2.50, £3, something like that. Blade Runner 2049. Decent film. I've seen the original maybe once or twice. I've seen this one once. I like to watch them both again. Nice sleeve on it, not much more to say. Picking up for £1 rather than £3, better than nothing. Speaking of idiots, it's Morbin time. Sealed Blu-ray of Morbius. I think it's still sat on its thing on the spindle. What a shame if it wasn't. Bought it for £1. It trades in for £2, but the fact that it's sealed, I think people clearly out their mind. This might sell for like £5, £6. I just looked it up. I might just try and move this on for £5, £6. As I say, recoup a little bit of money from today's endeavour. So far so good in terms of picking stuff up that I like. I really like these. This is a kind of a triple back, and it's kind of a Vin Diesel edition by the looks of it. It is pitch black, XXX, and the first Fast and the Furious, all awesome films. And it's, I'm not sure what I call this, 3-disc anthology, and you can get so many different variations of these with different films in. I've got 1 or 2 of them. Don't know, looking here, the DVDs are going to be in the house. And if I come across them, I'm like, nah, not really interested in those films. I don't want to collect all of these. I have no idea how many there are. I don't know if I can just put in 3-disc anthology and if they'll come up. But I kind of want to. They're just really cool. Nothing special about them. And they are typically quite tatty because it's not even a full sleeve. So it's really easy for this bit to get tatty. I checked most of these. Yeah, Fast and Furious XXX pitch black. It's kind of like metallic shiny silver with a nice little half slip on there just to show you what it is. And it's in really good condition considering that's going to be at least 15 years old now. 2005. 19 years old. Yep, that tracks. Bloody hell. £1 again. Yes, I am paying £1 for these. Reign of Fire. I'm really getting into picking up physical media at the moment. I need to stop myself. And because I'm thinking if it's cheap, now £1, not necessarily cheap for a DVD in a charity shop or a boot sale or whatever it might be. I prefer them when they're like £5 for £1, which is what I came across today. It's much better of a deal. Typically, these DVDs are kind of like £1, £2, maybe £3. Obviously, trying to find them, especially when they don't distinguish between them. I don't think this one distinguishes. I don't think they all come like this. I imagine there's just a normal DVD case, but this one, it's not just a slip, it also opens up. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a balls to the wall, weird ass film. I remember seeing it when it came out. I would have been about 10 years old. Kind of like a post-apocalyptic where dragons rule the world. And that in itself is a bit meh. But the fact that it's got that slip and it's in decent condition and it opens up and you've got that full-size dragon with the Apache helicopters, that's awesome. So yeah, I'm really into picking up that physical media. It's got to be something that I like or that I'm at least interested in watching, and it's got to be cheap enough, right? I need to either make my money back somehow. I'm going to come up copper at some point because there's actually an abundance of films that have got like sleeve covers or the good films. I am not picking up anything if I can help it that hasn't got some sort of slip or it's a special edition. Typically if it's got slips, and sometimes it's a special edition or 2-disc, whatever it might be. Definitive, uncut, director's cut, whatever. And this film, I looked this up on TX, and there's like a ton of different versions of this. I guess special editions. It's an old film. Apocalypse Now Redux. I think I have seen this many, many years ago. I know it's supposed to be an awesome film. Marlon Brando, Robert Duvall, Martin Sheen, Lawrence Fishburne, Dennis Hopper, Harrison Ford. This is the new, complete, definitive version. 49 minutes of new, unseen footage. What does that take the runtime to? Over 3 hours runtime. Oh my god. But there's so many different versions of this, it's crazy. At CX, there's about 12 or 15 different versions. Now, a lot of them are like Blu-ray or Steelbooks and limited edition, this, that, and the other. But again, this is just, it's just different. Completely different to anything normal. It's not a normal DVD case at all. Got all this artwork in fantastic condition. This charity shop in particular, I think he's just had a bit of a... We've even got a couple of postcards. He's just got... I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Smells like victory. Oh my god. I wanted an admission, and for my sins, they gave me one. Brought it up to me like room service. Don't know why they're like this. Horror has a face, and you must make a friend of horror. God damn. A lot of the time, this one has stuff that's in really good condition. The amount of times I've gone, I'm going to pick that up. I want to pick that up just purely for the fact that it's in really good condition, which is why I will essentially pay up and pay that £1 that he's asking for. They occasionally do me a bit of a deal. The guy is in there is all right, but he's well aware of looking up eBay prices and that kind of thing. They've got a huge amount of material at the moment. Media. They've got shelves full of CDs at the moment, which I'm not going to go through. I did find an Eminem, the Eminem show, and I was like, oh brilliant, that's the CD that I want. Mark that in the car. But it's a copied CD, and someone's printed out the covers. I'm just like, no, I'm just not going to bother, mate. No. But crazy. I came across this. Now, did he do me a deal? Was this £2? This £1? Okay, 24. And 9 for the rest. You're about to see why. He did. He was chatting away to someone. Something to do with a charity, I think. And he actually did me a deal because box set's supposed to be £2. Now, this is Torchwood Miracle Day. I never watched Torchwood or the Sarah Jane Adventures. I'm pretty sure the Sarah Jane Adventures has got some value attached to them. But as you might have seen in my previous videos, I'm a big Doctor Who fan. Classic, but also New Who. I never watched this because obviously it's not got any real like carryover names apart from Captain Jack Harkness, and to be fair, really well acted, really fun character. I looked this up. I think this is basically the final season or kind of like a spin-off. I think it then started... This season was produced by... it was an American director and produced or something like that. And apparently you can tell. It's kind of like watch it and see if you like it or you hate it. So... Should have been £2, but it was £1. So by the looks of it, I got 9 things for £9. So he charged me £1 each, and he's done me a hell of a deal on the last one actually. This one is a meh. I'm not into collecting these. I was wondering if it might have a bit of value attached to it, but it doesn't. I think it is just like £2 or £3. So there's no point trading it in, but I do have it now. I need to try and get away from collecting stuff for the sake of it. Now this one is a decent win. It's a really good win for a charity shop at least. £2 would have been a win, but he's done it for me for £1 without telling me. I kind of lucked into this. I was just searching through. I didn't have any kids with me, so if I don't have a kid with me and I've got a little bit of time, I will search through because these DVDs and things are like double stacks. You've got a stack behind the front stack, so there's just so much in at the moment. and sometimes it's pointless going in every week, even every other week, 'cause it just, no one gets anything. There's nothing new. And occasionally it just has a massive refresh. I think I picked up a load of stuff the other week which had a load of trading value, which is amazing. Oh, this is the same shop I got the Game of Thrones with, so I paid £4 and traded in for 12. Game of Thrones got quite a decent bit of value on it. He came over with a handful of Blu-rays. He said someone's going to get a bargain with this one. I kind of put it down next to me, because the Blu-rays go at the top. He just put it down next to me. I went, yep, I'll take that. I didn't need to look it up, but I did anyway. And that is the Hannibal Lecter trilogy on Blu-ray. CEX want £12 for this, and they will give you £8 voucher. I've looked on eBay just to see the value of it, and it does seem to hover around the £8. So I might as well trade it straight in for voucher, and that's awesome. So yeah, for £1, should have been £2 for £1. Disc straw there. I am not a horror person. I think I have seen one of these. I think my parents rented one of them or something. Don't know which one it is, but don't have an interest in watching it. Whilst it's cool, we're not going to watch it. I'll trade that in. So yeah, so nine items there for £9. We've got an £8 trade in. We're keeping 7 of them, and I'm going to move Morbius on and just try and get a £5 back. So I will do such. Oh, and we've got 360 remote. That was a £5, remember. I might try and get a tenner for it. I'm never going to use it. I don't have space for the displaying stuff for the sake of it. I mean, he says with loads of stuff on display which I might never touch. Not this. I'm definitely not going to use a DVD on a 360, am I? So I'll get 8 for it. I'll put that into the cash. Now, I said I spent 24, and that is 14 at the moment. So he had 2 Wii's with nunchuck attached. Are they official nunchucks? I believe they are. I've not tried them yet. They have both got rechargeable packs in, which first I was like, okay. I know, I think on 360 controllers, they'll just take off 50p and put a different cover on if you've not got a cover or it's a rechargeable battery or whatever. Now, I've taken both of these out. I took them both out in the shop, and because someone's put a rechargeable pack straight in these, the inside is freaking clean. So I don't have too much of a worry of these not working. The rechargeable packs are probably done for, and I have already fished out a couple of spares. Maybe not spares, I've got a nick one. So I'm hoping, I don't have any batteries to hand right now, I don't believe. No. That CEX want £25 each for these. They don't sell for anywhere near that. They sell for about 10 to 14 maybe. With a nunchuck and a sleeve, I do have a load of spare sleeves. I could probably look towards 15. But as it is, I can trade these for £10 each if they work. I've got to test them, but that is straight into 20. And I think I have 3 or 4 remotes, but I've only got 1 or 2 nunchucks, so I keep the nunchucks, trade the remotes for 20. We've got the Hannibal for 8. So yeah, £24 paid. Yeah, £24 paid. Potentially 28 voucher. Let's just say 12 back on those couple of things that I don't want. I'll move those on. It's going to be better just to move those on. And then I get 7 items of media and 2 nunchucks. I'd say that's a pretty good deal. I was well happy with that. I spent the majority of my lunch in there. A lot of the time, you don't win. But thankfully I did. So, which then made me think, once I got my hair cut and my little girl with me, I'll go into the couple of charity shops around that area and see if I can get some more wins. Now, I picked up some cool stuff that I'm happy with, that I was kind of semi-looking for anyway. But ultimately, I don't think there's any trade here value, no sale value or anything like that. This is all just mine now, and a lot of it is fails. You know, we spent a couple of hours, and I think I spent £30.50 on this lot, and it's all going up in the collection, which sucks, but it is what it is. Let's start with my first stop next to the hairdressers I go to. They had a number of games on the shelf, which I pop in there every now and again. They're only open on Saturday. They're not open on Sunday. They're open in the week, but because it's the other side of town, I'm not going to get their work commitments, and it's not worth going solely for this because they don't sell electronics of any sort. They do have DVDs, and the DVDs are 5 for £1, and box sets are like 2 or individually priced. There was an empty like Vikings series box set. My wife likes that series. It looks like it's been gutted. Someone's just taken the case. Charity shop. They did have a few games up on there. They have Black Ops on the 360, which I want to say is like a £6 game at the moment. They are individually priced. They seem to be from £1 to £3. They had like a Wii Games Party, which had a Wii Sports disc in. What else there? Like Gears of War 3. They had Skyrim. These were all complete, by the way. That Skyrim had the map and everything. A few other games like that, Modern Warfare. They had a PS4 Lego City Undercover, which is actually a £10 game of about, I think it's either it should be a £6 trade, but I think it might be a £4. But all the discs were mullered. Like one of the discs I checked was like proper rotting. It was really bad. Just because I didn't get any footage or any photos or anything, because my little girl's just on the floor. She was bored out of her mind. She didn't have any interest in this. Even when I took her over to the toilet, she had no interest. So it was a bit of a chore, but I just wanted to keep her around for a bit, get some fresh air for the day. So I did pick up a couple of games from there, £1.50 each, and they are about worth £1.50, but they are both complete and they're both in good condition, and I have neither of them. Now, a series which I've watched the first few episodes of, and I'm pretty sure it went off the rails towards the end, Lost. I can only assume that the game is flipping awful. £1.50 paid. Complete with manual. Disc in brilliant condition. And Halo Wars. I remember playing this on the 360. I'm a big Command and Conquer person, and this kind of was an RPG, not an RPG, an RTS Halo. And at the time, with the 360, I did get into Halo 3, a little bit of ODST, and I played through Reach. And I really liked Reach. It was cool with that customization aspect, the different characters and the story. And I remember playing that through, and I'm pretty sure is it the last mission on that, or is it a different Halo which ends in the last stand and you're just not supposed to survive? Like everyone dies throughout the story. That's supposed to happen, and that it makes it feel more. And it's mint, utterly mint. Now, so I played this and I was like, it's cool, but I guess due to the limitations of being on 360 with the hardware and the controller, same as Command & Conquer 3, it's nowhere near as good as if it would be on the PC. I don't think they did PC. It's very zoomed in. You've got to put up the 360 controls, but it's still a fun, decent game, and I don't have either of those. I'm going to add those to the collection. So yeah, £1.50 each. It's fine. Now this where the difference in attitude comes in. The guy in there, really nice guy, happy, and they've got, as I said earlier, 5 for £1, or box sets are priced differently at 2 or above, basically. Now I've got, is that a special edition? I thought that was a double pack, to be fair. It's not. So I've got a couple of 2 discs, and I've got a trilogy. Now that's technically a box set, so I went on the off chance. Don't know why I picked up one of these. There's a few interesting pieces in there, but nothing of any value, nothing of trade. So I went in, I picked this trilogy up. I was like, I'll chance it. So I went to Till, and I said, look, have I done this 5 for 1 properly, or do I need to go back to the drawing board? So he said, have a look. He had a look and said, no, it's 5 for £1, no issues, no problem. You know, and he even said, you know, you've got 7 here. Do you want to go back for 3 more? And I said, no, they're games. They're different. He's like, oh, you know it better than I do. I just work here, kind of thing. Good guy. So yeah, these are all 20p each. So they are all £1 to £2, I think. None of them are wins in terms of trade, but they are all either cool or go into collection. Now, I hated film, which I kind of refused to watch, so I don't know why I got it. It's just for the sake of getting £5 for £1, basically. Alien vs Predator 2 Requiem. From what I remember, apparently the film is totally dark. There's a few horrific scenes in there, but probably not as bad as The Predator, right? It's that one that more released recently. Yeah. Is it cool? Is it not? I don't know. I like Alien and Predator, so that's the whole reason why I picked that up. 20p. Hellboy 2: The Golden Army. Just a nice slip again. Nothing special about that. I'm pretty sure. Is this Ron Perlman? Could do better than this. Ron Perlman, yeah. So that's cool. Someone has donated these. They bought them all from CX many moons ago. £3 for Requiem, £2 for Hellboy. I'm pretty sure they're all 150-ish. Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator Special Edition. That's so faded, £2.50. Might have this, but it's just cool if I can get those stickers off. Those stickers might have ruined it from being on there for so long, but it's just cool. You just don't get this anymore. You know, those standard Blu-rays that don't have a slip on. It's just, there's no art to them. You know, they're not going to do this anymore. A couple of little slips, scene selection and special edition, special features. Remastered sound, audio commentary, text commentary, scene access, menus, blah 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 blah. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Documentary, Inside the Predator, 7 featurettes, outtakes, deleted scenes, special effects segments, Predator camouflage tests, photo gallery, Predator profile, interactive menus. I wonder if this shows you the early version of the Predator, which was some horrific kind of like reptile thing. That was who initially was going to be in the suit, which is just hilarious. It looked awful. Thank God they redid that. In semi-decent condition. A nice piece. Lots of special edition extras like I just read out. Don't really get that these days. Bit of an art that's been lost. Bourne Identity, is that the first one? Exclusive, never before seen special features. You know, documentaries, deleted scenes, it's either fight scene, all sorts of bits and pieces, with an all new beginning and ending. See, that's cool. That's really cool. It is in there. I remember these being decent films. And then I am a sucker for Resident Evil and Mila Djokovic. Resident Evil trilogy. So in theory, he shouldn't have done this for me for 20p, but it didn't have any issues whatsoever. Perfect. What a guy. Resident Evil, Apocalypse and Extinction. I'm pretty sure they just get worse and worse and worse. They are more inspired by the Resident Evil world. I was kind of like happy in my ignorance when it comes to, I think I've watched most of them, or at least the first 3 or 4. It would have, now that I know a little bit more about Resident Evil, since watching, after seeing retrospectives of the films as well as the games and things, it would have been nice if they kind of played a bit truer, but either way, it's cool. And if you open all that out, it's one big scene, and that's awesome. I do not like her hair in that one at all. I expect that must be Extinction, but that's just a cool little piece. I'm obviously not going to display it like that. My wife would kill me. Yeah, it looks like that's Extinction's haircut of choice. Not my preference. This is only, I just looked all of these up before filming. It's only 150, but I got it for 20p, so win, right? So a couple of games and then 5 for that. So that was, yeah, that is right. Yeah, £3 for the games and £1 for these. So I'm happy. Right, I'm happy. It is what it is. Right, now this was, I've got a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. This was Bernardo's. I used to love this shop. I went in there most weeks. Got to the point where, I go in and I said hello to the usual member of staff and whatnot. I don't think they work there anymore. They used to do electronics. There used to be good prices. The TV behind me, that is from Bernardo's, 30 quid. They're usually good prices. I've got 360 from them before, like a Weeb from there before. You never know what you're going to find. And it's a decent sized shop. Loads of toys. And at one point they had like, I think they were getting so much like media, they decided to put like all box sets for like £2. And like DVDs were like 10p each. At the time I wasn't collecting physical media or DVDs. I should have just gone in. I did get a few bits and pieces here and there. I remember I got a couple of decent Blu-rays. I think they're like 50p. I think like Point Break or something like that. Probably shouldn't have traded it in. I think that's sealed. I think that was like an £8 or £10 film. And now they have gone up. They have increased their prices of DVDs to 50p each, which is still obviously better than my preferred charity shop. And their box sets are £2 or priced individually. Now, they've moved everything, but their box sets are on a separate section, on a separate shelf. And they're typically labelled, at least from what I was understanding at the time. And then they've got like loads of baskets with all the DVDs in. So I was like, okay, well, all of these should be 50p, right? But as I was digging through, there was lots of series in there. So I was going to be like, right, all of these were in the baskets and they're not individually priced at all, so are they 50p? They're not big box sets. If it's a proper big, thick box set, then yes, I'm going to pay more money for it, fine. Even though in CEX it might be £1.50 or £2. But yeah, so they weren't interested in that. They're like, your argument was, yeah, well, you're getting more, you're getting way better value. £2, amazing price for all of these individually. It is what it is, All of these, because they're series, even if they are a single disc, they should be £2 or more. Not interested at all. Not particularly friendly, not particularly positive attitude. So I ended up paying £15 for this. Now, looking at it, I believe they did do me a deal considering what they were saying. So I technically got 1, 2, 3. So I should have paid, sticking by what they were saying, I should have paid 17, but they added up all the box sets and they said, I'll do the lot for 15. So they did a load of the single DVDs basically for like, they did do them for like 30, 40p in the end. Because they've got baskets full of DVDs, they need to get rid of them. Putting the prices up to 50p is just ridiculous. So half this is for the wife, half this I picked up, there's no signal in there, so I picked up the off chance that it's something rare, that might have some sort of trading value. Unfortunately, these were all fails, all of them. But I did pick up a few nice bits for the wife at least, so good books, right? That's what it's about. I've picked up games in there before. Games used to just be £1 blanket, £1. I picked up some good stuff in there before, nothing crazy, but some good ones. Then they started putting them behind the counter. Then they started pricing them up, sometimes even higher than CEX, maybe more eBay. I don't think I picked up anything from when they started doing that. And now they've just got a sign outside that says no electronics, no DVDs. So I guess that's another charity shop down. My local Bernardo's, the one that was very close, that closed down like a year ago. That was a great little place. Sucks. They're all going the wrong way basically. Let's get through what I actually picked up, shall we? So I picked up 2D TV. So I got what are they? The best of 2D TV and a complete series 3 and a complete series 4. I think I remember watching these when they came out with my parents. I can't remember whether they're funny at the time or whether they're just incredibly offensive. I assume they're probably just offensive. It's just one of those things, 2000s TV, they could get away with this kind of stuff. And they were, 50p each, I guess, even though they were like, well, they're a series, they should be £2. They were in the children's section of all places. They have got a 15 certificate on them, and you put them in the children's section. They're only single disc. They've got zero value to them. They're like £1 if you want them from CEX. I might watch them for the fun of it, but I imagine it's just going to be cringe. So yeah, fails. No trading whatsoever. Just check that was recording. One for the wife. She loves Miley Cyrus, and by extension, Hannah Montana. Now this is season 3, volume 2. I hate when they do that. Just release it in one box set, please. So yes, it's just a number of episodes from a season, right? But CX do want £2 for that. So yeah, I paid like 30-40p. It is in there, thank God. It is the right thing, thank God. So yeah, that's one for the wife. Am I gonna? She started watching this the other day. I think it's Disney has got it. And it looked awful, and it was awful. It was just awful, but there's obviously a lot of nostalgia there for her. I picked this one up because it was a recent release, and I thought with it being on DVD, it would be pretty rare. And sometimes that means there's value attached to it. There's no value attached to it. So this is Spencer. I want to say this must have only come out a year or two ago, right? 2021. Okay, 3 years ago. Kristen Stewart playing Princess Diana, right? I'm pretty sure it's a well-received film. Something that I haven't watched, but maybe I could. I could now, obviously. And I thought it'd have some value to it. I really did. But no, £1.50. So okay, I've paid 40p or so. Fine, no worries. Give it a watch in that beautiful DVD quality from a 2021 film. Probably not the way to go. We saw this in CEX last week. Escape Plan with the lenticular cover. I managed to pick up for 40p, whatever it is. So I have watched this. I know it's a pretty cool film. They had Escape Plan 1, 2 and 3. Didn't know more existed. I imagine they're terrible. But I picked this one up just because it's got that lenticular. Nice effect. I thought this would have some value to it. Now, I've not got to the end of Breaking Bad. I've watched multiple seasons, but I've not got to the end of it. And they did have the majority of them. And they're obviously all at £2. And I thought that was probably a decent deal if you want to pick them up. But this was the final season. So I thought, right, final season, even if it's on DVD, it might have some value, right? Sometimes the last season in a large series has value to it. No, it's £1.50. Apparently it says it's the last season part 2, so is this not even the full season? But yeah, it is sealed. So it is pretty minty fresh because of that. It all looks good. It's in a slip and it just felt like pristine. So I thought, yeah, for £2 or whatever they've technically done it me for. It's a shame that even that's not a win. That's £1.50. I didn't realise that was so cheap. But it's a nice to have, and it's sealed, which means I can't even watch it. I can't open it. There's no value to it, so why wouldn't I open it, right? I picked this one up. I don't know what they are, what they contain. But several months ago this year, I picked up all of the series of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think I managed to get them all in my preferred charity shop. I think they did me a little deal on it as well. Seasons, God knows what, each individual box set season, and they had every single one. Now this is a 3 DVD gift set, and it's the Slayer collection, Spike, Angel and Willow. Again, this is actually only like £1 in CEX. I just thought it was cool. I've never seen that before. Not that I've looked. We did watch it all through. They're all there. I thought that was really cool, and it's in decent condition. Again, I thought there'd be some value to it. Why not? Again, another cool one. It feels like it's they've tried. The Twilight Saga on DVD. I believe I have this on Blu-ray, and I don't think the Blu-ray one looks as nice as this. It looks like it's got a bit of class to it. I know everyone's most beloved series growing up as teenagers. Obviously, the wife loves it. Team Edward, Team Jacob, all that nonsense. They're all here, and again, I thought complete series on DVD that might have some value. It doesn't. Again, it's like £1.50. See, I win on Friday, I lose on Saturday. And remember, I spent like 30 quid on all of this. Not done well. But I bought stuff for the wife, okay? A lot of stuff. Another series she has recently watched through this year, Supernatural. I don't know how many there are. I expect they're like 7 or 8, I think. It's quite interesting to see where, when you look them up, where they drop off in quality, whether people's views of them just go down because they say that season was trash. Sometimes they come back, sometimes the main characters leave, there might be some behind the scenes shenanigans. It's really fun finding that stuff out. I like that. Just watching it blind, it's like a bit like, okay, whatever. I think I liked the episodes that I saw of it, and then it started getting a bit silly towards the end, from my opinion. I didn't watch all of it. My wife is someone who will binge stuff like mad. Typically stuff that I'm not interested in, but I will end up sitting there watching the odd episode with her, right? So I picked up Supernatural 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again, all fails in terms of monetary value. I paid £2 each for these, and I think that is roughly what they are. I've not checked all the discs because sod checking all the discs, there's loads. It is what it is. And they're all in decent enough condition, right? So that was, today's came to £30.50. Yeah, this came to £15. All this little lot here. So how am I going to recompense this? I don't know. Anyway, I stopped in on the way home to my local Moose, apologies, whatever you want to call it. Occasionally they have some cool stuff. Occasionally they've got 2 areas where they keep their DVDs and Blu-rays. I don't know why they're separate. I went in there like a month or 2 ago, and their stock hadn't changed, and it's just all crap. There was no new games. Again, there was no games. I don't know if they just haven't had any in recently, or whether they just keep getting cleared out. They're not cheap. Like, they want £2 for a Blu-ray, but also £2 for any box set, and £5 for £1 on DVDs. Oh, I didn't pick up any £5 for £1 for DVDs. Was it 50p for DVDs? It might have been £5 for £1. I should have gone back, because I did actually end up picking a DVD up from the back area, and then not thinking, oh, it's £5 for £1. But large place, it does loads of furniture and stuff. But we had a dig, nothing crazy, but just another Hannah Montana. This looks like it is not actually a series as such. It is a Life's What You Make It extra. The cast reveal their secrets. So is this not even it? Is this just like a one-off? Or is it just an extras type thing? Anyway, if you want it, it's £1. I've got it 50p. Now, something that I've been on the lookout for only for the last few weeks. She has been watching House, the series with blankety blank. Oh my god, what's the guy's name? Hugh Laurie, right? Blackadder fame, as far as I'm concerned. She's been watching House on Prime. Now I've cancelled Prime, I only got it for a month, and she got like to season 5 or 6 or something mad. And I actually really liked watching it with her. So yeah, really good. I was like, okay, you know, I'll pick these up for you. They're not expensive. Now weirdly, you can pick them all up individually or piecemeal, much cheaper than you can the box set. I think you've got the complete box set on DVD, it's like 28. I think the Blu-rays are like 38, right? But if you pick them up individually, they're probably like £15. But obviously there's a huge amount of discs, and it takes up a lot more space. Now, in all of these charity shops, or at least in 2 of these other charity shops, they had season 1 and 2, but all at £2, which I think what they sell for, but they weren't particularly good condition. If they were mint, I might have picked them up. But in this one at least, I managed to get I think this is a good value way of doing it. The complete seasons 1 to 3 for £2. So I've got 3 seasons there, rather than get them individually. There must be so many discs in this. There must be so gosh darn many. 18 discs, 54 hours. So yeah, it's in decent condition. Series 1 to 3. I think that's like £4 at CEX. So yeah, save myself a couple of quid. The other series I got, they're all on the money. They're all £2 each anyway, I think. And that is just seasons 4, 5 and 6. I've got 1 to 6 in one fell swoop. £8 for that lot. Yep. So I'm happy with those because I was looking for them. And I think I have on my Vinted favorited. I think someone's selling just series 7 and 8, and I think that's it then. And I think they want like £3 or £4 for them, plus fees. That'll probably be like 6 or 7. I'm not sure if that's worth it. But then again, do I just get it and get the box set done, or do I wait for them to be coming to my local to pick them up, or a charity shop, so I can say I've done it, I've completed it, because season 7 and 8 are the ones that she hasn't seen. So she's going to say, oh, that's great, thanks, but I've watched all of those, so I need to finish it first, so get me the other ones, please. But yeah, another series that it's not actually that expensive, I think, on Blu-ray is, she probably yearly rewatches Vampire Diaries. Something again that started out all right in my opinion, and then just went a bit crap. They all came up as individual box sets on Vinted, and someone at 30 quid for them. So it's like, that sounds like quite a good deal, like seasons 1 to 8, or however many seasons there are of them. But I think you can actually get it cheaper if you buy them at CEX for like £25. So I'm on the lookout for those. I probably need to curb myself a little bit here, because there's a lot of physical media, and our shelf that I brought only a couple of weeks ago is already full anyway. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of messing around. I might keep some of my physical media out here on this bottom shelf at the moment. There's a few CDs, and then just stuff, because we don't have any storage that I can like just put something away in this room. But if I can deal with that somehow, then I can put my DVDs at the bottom of that bottom row of that shelf there, and then she can have the stuff that's all in the house, and I think that'll work space wise. Tomorrow, so a really good win yesterday for me in terms of picking that stuff up for 24 quid. I'm going to get, hopefully, I've got a receipt, but hopefully 28 voucher, maybe like £10 cash back for the things I actually don't want, as well as then keeping like 7 things. So I'm happy with that. And then all of today's stuff, I picked some stuff up that I wanted to pick up anyway, that I was on the lookout for, that I liked. The 5 for £1, that's winning in my book, that's absolutely fine. The 2 games, although I paid the going rate for them, they're completely in good condition, fine with that. The rest of the stuff, the extra probably £8 to £10 that I spent on like the Hannah Montanas, I probably shouldn't have bothered. The Supernaturals, I suppose she wants those, that's okay. The whatever the comedy ones are, I shouldn't have bothered with those, and I shouldn't have bothered with Spencer either. I just thought it might have a bit more value. I did pick up yesterday Scoob. Again, that's like a 2020-2021 release, Scooby-Doo, but Scoob. That again has got no value. I thought being a recent release, but on DVD it would be rare. It's not. It's like £1, £1.50. So again, that's another fail. I'm not doing too well here, am I? So that's a couple of days of charity pickups. I won yesterday, semi won today, but I've ultimately paid out too much money that I'm happy with. If I can pick up some stuff that I can then trade in, and then pick up stuff that I want to keep, that's fine. And I achieved that yesterday. Today's just been buying and spending £30 on just stuff to buy, with having not getting anything back from it. Not a win in my book. So yeah, not a fan of that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you picking up physical media? Are you not? I see there's a lot of stuff recommended to me at the moment. Why I pick up DVDs, why physical media is dead, this, that and the other. And I'm from the 90s when the DVDs came out. Loads of DVDs, love picking them up as a young adult and teenager, and they're just the best thing. And obviously they've gone, they all went down the bargain bucket, and now it feels like some of them are coming back up a little bit. I'm surprised that a lot of recent stuff still gets released on DVD. Like, I really thought it'd just be a dead format when it comes to new stuff, but it's not, weirdly. Because it is so easy to have a Blu-ray player. You know, you can pick up a Blu-ray player. I picked up my Blu-ray player. That's in my room for £3. Hello, PS3. Going back as far as the PS3 at the Blu-ray player in. I don't know how good it is these days. It's probably terrible. But you can easily pick up a games console for 40, 50 quid that has a Blu-ray player in it if you need to. See, I'm not sure where I'm going with this. It's just pickups. Thoughts? I want to pick up stuff because it gives me a different avenue. It gives me that hit, that little bit of a dopamine hit when I pick up something cool. I come across something cool and it's cheap. If I'm picking up stuff that's £5 for £1, I can do that all day long. The only problem is the space requirements, right? And I need to be careful that I'm already going OTT. I've got loads of DVD cases and stuff in the loft. I've got like one of those big like DVD wallets that's got all my films in, or at least the majority of them, from a long time ago when I picked them up like every week, every single week. I'd spend like going to the shops that did them for like free for £8 or whatever it might be. They did those deals. I picked up so many. And I've got all the cases in the loft, and some of them I just threw out. Because back then it's like, well, I've got the DVD. Why do I care about the case, right? It's just taking up space. I'll just get a wallet, done. So loads of empty cases in the loft. The space is pretty much full elsewhere. It's not going to take precedence over games. I don't know, man. I don't know. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on physical media. I hope that some of the stuff that I've ordered this week turns up. I need to get on it. I've been so busy this week. I have sold a couple of things from my collection. I sold, I think, a Doctor Who DVD bundle. What else did I sell? Command & Conquer Worldwide Warfare. Not much, but I've not engaged with eBay. If you engage with eBay, you list stuff and you send offers out, you relist stuff. That's when you find that stuff then goes. If you just leave eBay alone, you might get the odd sale. But honestly, sometimes it's like you get a sale, then you get 3 more. I've literally only got like 10 things listed on eBay at the moment. It's not a big thing. It's just slimming some stuff down, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that needs to go on there. There's stuff that my wife's just gone, sell these. When she's just been sorting through just stuff. So I've got a lot of stuff to get on there. But at the moment, this weekend, we've just like redone my daughter's room, and we've like tidied the house massively. And that means if there's stuff that's not being used, it's like, right, this needs to go. You know, it either gets binned or tipped or donated, or if you want to sell it, but it needs to be out of the house. So it just goes in the shed. And the shed's got no freaking lights in it. So yeah, I've got things like old iPhone cases. I've got like some like thermal thing or something to sell. Harry Potter like coding wand or something to sell. I've got a PS3 to sell. I've probably got some other various bits and pieces that I need to get on and sell. It's just, it's hard work, man. It's hard work. I need to get that money in. My eBay did go up to 210, 220 in my balance. I've taken that out and back down to 100 just to get through this month. Been paying out a little bit too much money. This month, it's going to be a 5-week month, but I got paid, and immediately the next day I paid out for all the shelving up here. I think I spent about 40, 50 quid in the end on shelving and brackets and things, bits and pieces. And we've also paid that little bit extra here and there. We paid money out here, a little bit extra on the VR. What else? I started PT this month, this month basically. And that's like £25, which is a good price, and she really gets the most out of me in those sessions. But again, I've seen her like 3 times now this month. That's like £75. I don't have that level of disposable income or that level of money to put into these things, as well as trying to improve the house and add things to my collection, go and pay for things and live. So I have a lot of things that I can move on and sell and get out of the house. And from the kids and stuff, we've gone for a lot of plushes today. There's going to be a lot of plushes that I can sell. Some that I've got some decent value on. But again, for the moment, they're just in a bin bag in the shed. Just getting some free time to do that, because even now... Thank you for watching, guys. See you next one.